stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away. Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of?
Hello everyone and welcome back. As shown in my previous vlog, from a no kitchen setup, we have now moved to a service apartment. While we are still in the process of getting a house for ourselves here, the idea of moving to a service apartment is to have a mini kitchen setup. Packing kids' school lunch boxes or preparing some evening snacks for them was something I was really struggling with. So we decided to move here for the time being so that I can have a kitchen to start cooking. And now that I got a mini kitchen, I thought of showing the basic kitchen setup to help those friends who are beginners or are about to set up a kitchen or are moving places like me. So far I have just boiled milk here, and now that the kids have gone to school, I will quickly work on my minimum kitchen setup. Like always, I had packed a separate carton with kitchen basics that we brought yesterday. Since I'm running a kitchen for the last 11 years, I bought some extra stuff as well that is completely optional for newbies. Before starting, let me give you all this small kitchen tour. It has an L-shaped island and came with a stove top. It also has a pull-out cabinet for extra storage space and also an expandable tabletop to extend the kitchen platform, which I found very thoughtful. Next to the sink came a utensil drying rack, and since it is an open kitchen, there is a chimney on the top. RO is provided on top of the sink. There are a total of 4 drawers in the kitchen to store things. The top drawer came with a few cutlery, and into this I will add a few kitchen tools. The second drawer came with a few tableware, and the bottom drawer is for keeping basic utensils. Below the sink is the dustbin and the cylinder space, and next to it lies the fridge. Adjacent to the fridge is the pantry space and a microwave. Now let's start with the basic kitchen cookware. The first thing is a tawa. I bought my cast iron mini dosa tawa instead of roti tawa for its multi-purpose usage. Roti, paratha, dosa, utpam and chila options can easily be met with this single cookware. The next quintessential Indian kitchen cookware is a pressure cooker. This mini 2-liter steel cooker is sufficient for my one-time cooking needs. I at times develop this cooker as a kadai to cook things into it. Another cookware required is a pan for cooking even smaller quantity items for kids. And lastly, a small kadai. This one is a heavy bottom steel kadai that I use for most of my cooking. I specially picked this one without a handle to save on the storage space. A tadka pan because we are talking Indian kitchen, and also a few small bowl cum cooking pots. These are multi-usage cookware as you can both cook and serve in them. Use them to make tea, boil milk, serve dal or gravy, etc. Also some lids that fit the size of these pots. All these cookwares can easily be stored in a nesting method, which means one inside another to save space in small kitchen. Next comes serveware. I brought some glass, mini bowls, some bigger bowl and plates to meet the basic needs. Steel is easier to clean and break proof, so is a good choice during shifting. If you don't wish to bring them separately, these section plates work just right. No need for extra bowls as you can always refill the portions. Also, lesser utensil means lesser cleaning. I'll keep them with what was already provided in this apartment. The next category is the kitchen tools, and chopping board comes first in this list. You will be surprised, but chopping board comes in many other kitchen usage. I'll show you another one in some time. Since I can't carry a big bulky mixer, a mini chopper is a lifesaver and meets almost all the chopping needs. For chopping, fine grinding and mixing, it will do it all. So this one doesn't need a power supply, which is a boon as this kitchen lacks the switchboard. Other basic but must-have kitchen tools include a multi-utility knife, a few spatulas in different sizes for cooking and serving purposes, a peeler, whisk and squeezer, which is optional but I can't work without it, a sieve, tongs for cooking and serving, and of course a rolling pin. Also the cookware grasp to lift bowls which are without handles as I find them safer than using a cloth, a scissor, and lastly cutlery. I bought some extra lids for keeping leftovers covered in the fridge. Since I'm with kids, I always carry a thermos and a tiffin box for food takeaways. The next category is cleaning supplies because you literally need them from day one. The basic cleaning supplies need hand and dishwashing liquid, a hand towel, few kitchen tea towels, and a kitchen wipe. I also keep separate mops for the kitchen to wipe clean the floor after cooking. Next are some cleaning brushes and a scrub. For drying utensils, I brought my drying mat. It quickly absorbs the water, avoiding that extra spillage on the countertop. It's washable and dries out very quickly, and I truly consider it among the must-haves of the kitchen. Lastly, a garbage bag to dispose of things the right way. The next essential thing in the kitchen is storage containers. I brought a few to store daily use food items or other things if need be. A few extra tools that come in handy in the kitchen is a colander. I have this collapsible colander that takes up very little space in the kitchen, and a few baskets to neatly organize things on the countertop if needed. Kitchen utensils are done, so I'll move on to storing groceries to begin cooking. I'll use the paper bags to place the groceries in. Since the pantry cabinet has no division, paper bags help in segregation of things for proper grocery storage. I started with a few basic grocery items like poha, semiya, rice, dal, atta, etc. I will label these bags to remember what is where. Since I do not have many storage containers, I tend to purchase items that come with storage elements like these Ziploc bags. I can wash and reuse them to store open items. Ziploc bags seal pack the food and avoid food wastage. Or I even pick groceries which come within their own containers that I can reuse once it's empty for storing extra spices if need be. I had some old glass bottles lying with me, so I brought them along to use for this temporary setup. Folding paper in a cone shape gives you a customized, no-cost funnel to fill these bottles. I will fill the basic spices in all the glass bottles to make them cooking ready. Next no-cost organizer are these reusable food containers that come with food deliveries. I'll fill them up with food items that I use frequently in the kitchen for quick access and to avoid opening and closing the packets again and again. I'll also use the same for keeping the dusting flour for chapatis. Now let's do something with the open packets. Here is a small trick and a no-cost organizer to pack these packets. The food packet needs heat to seal back, so I'll simply run the edges through the flame and seal it tight. However, be careful while doing so. A candle usually comes really handy for doing this, but since I don't have one, I'll go with the matchstick. This trick works for smaller packets that will not come in use regularly, but with bigger regular use packets, a rubber band is your best friend. I even reuse old lying balloons and cut them into small pieces to make small rubber bands. Open packets need to be consumed quickly, so to keep an eye on them, I'll reuse this mesh bag that came with the snack packets. This way, all the first to use packets will stay at one place and will be visible to me because what goes out of sight goes out of mind. And the daily use groceries will go in this drawer. Now that I have set the basic kitchen setup, I'll do quick cleaning before starting to cook food. Although I had used the gas for boiling milk, but I'll clean the gas stove and slab for my satisfaction. I'll use simple dishwashing liquid to get rid of the grime and grease on the stove. I have shared a more detailed kitchen cleaning routine with you all that I'll link in the description box below. I'll use a brush to get into the deep corners of the gas where the scrub can't reach. Lastly, I'll wipe the surface with a microfiber cloth. Well, a basic setup can surely meet the basic needs of day-to-day cooking, but I feel adding better kitchen tools to make work more convenient is equally important. I know this one is for a small duration, but if you ask me genuinely, I would love to go back to my bigger and better setup to tick my kitchen wish list. I'll also scrub and clean the corner of the countertop, which I'll use to dry utensils. To organize all my cleaning tools, I also brought this stick-on basket to keep the sink area clean. It will hold up all the brushes, cleaning cloth, scrubs and liquids, etc. And in the end, I'll wash all the burners to make the kitchen cooking ready. Entering a new and fresh kitchen is quite exciting. However, I'll still hold my horses and cook something very simple and quick lunch today. We already bought some basic groceries, and so I will cook dahi wale aloo and matar masala for lunch. In the basic prep, I'll peel and chop the potatoes and chop some garlic and green chili. Now in the cooker, in some oil, I'll add cumin seeds and chop garlic and green chili. Now I'll add turmeric and diced potatoes and mix them well. Next, I'll add the coriander powder and mix it well. Lastly, I'll add 1 cup water and cook potatoes till 2 whistles. Next, I'll make matar masala, and for that, I'll fine chop onion and garlic. I love how finely this chopper chops the veggies. Before making the matar masala, I'll quickly knead the dough for making ajwain parathas, since I'll be using the kadai to prepare the dough. Once the soft dough is ready, I'll keep it covered for resting. In the meantime, I'll wash the kadai for cooking sabzi. There is no major chopping required for this sabzi, so I find it the quickest option possible. On the other side, I'll saute finely chopped onions in some oil till golden brown. I'll also roughly chop tomatoes and keep them ready. Now once the onion turns golden brown, I'll add all the basic spices. Mix the spices well and add some water to avoid spices from burning. Also, add the tomatoes till they get mushy. Now in this prepared mix goes the peas. Add water and cook cover till peas softens. Till then, I'll give potatoes the final touches by adding room temperature curd into it. Add water and stir continuously till oil leaves its side. Once the peas are done, I'll add the fresh cream from the milk and stir continuously to avoid gravy from curdling. Lastly, add salt to both the veggies and mix well, and the sabzis are done. I always like adding salad to the plate, but today I'll make quick vegetable curd raita instead. I'll again fine chop all the salad veggies together in a chopper. Here I'm using cucumber, beetroot and capsicum. You can add more if required. I'll whisk the curd well before adding veggies and add salt and chaat masala powder to make this quick raita. Lastly, I'll chop coriander leaves to sprinkle on both the veggies. A quick cleanup before I make parathas. So Dhairya comes back close to lunchtime and I keep his plate of food ready. Since the chakla is heavy, I'll use this mini chopping board to make parathas. I told you the chopping board has a dual purpose here. Dhairya eats and sleeps, and for Rutvi and myself, I make parathas later. And this is how I made the first meal in this temporary kitchen with whatever basic ingredients I had. I am very happy with this simple plate of meal today. I'm cooking food after so many days, although it's an unfamiliar setup, but I'm very excited to cook regularly now. I hope many of you will find this vlog useful. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to motivate me. Join me on Instagram for some daily life updates and drop your thoughts, comments and suggestions in the comment box below. And I'll see you in my next vlog. Until then, stay tuned and stay connected.